Every month I used to watch hundreds of dollars disappear into grocery bags that would be empty again within weeks. The cycle felt inescapable. We earned money, we spent it on food, we ate the food, and then we needed more money to buy more food. This loop continued year after year, and I never questioned whether there was another way. Then something shifted in my thinking, and I decided to see how much of our food budget I could eliminate using only what I already had available. The result exceeded anything I imagined possible. Today, my family eats fresh vegetables every single day, and our grocery spending has dropped to a fraction of what it once was. The setup that makes this possible cost me absolutely nothing to create. The foundation of this system is understanding that food does not have to come from a store. For most of human history, people grew or gathered what they ate, and the idea of buying vegetables wrapped in plastic would have seemed absurd to them. We have been conditioned to believe that food production requires land, equipment, expertise, and money, but none of that is actually true. Food grows from seeds, in soil, with water and sunlight. Everything else is optional. Once I internalized this truth, I started seeing resources everywhere that I had previously overlooked, and those resources became the building blocks of a system that now feeds my family for free. The first resource I tapped was seeds. Most people throw away dozens of seeds every single week without even realizing it. Every tomato you slice contains seeds that can grow new tomato plants. Every pepper you cut open is full of seeds waiting to become new peppers. Squash, cucumbers, melons, and many other vegetables contain everything needed to reproduce themselves in abundance. I stopped throwing these seeds away and started saving them instead. I dried them on paper towels, labeled them with the variety, and stored them in envelopes until planting time. Within one season, I had more seeds than I could possibly use, and I had not spent a single dollar to get them. The second resource was organic matter for building soil. My original soil was compacted clay that seemed hostile to plant life, but I knew that soil quality could be improved with the right inputs. The question was where to find those inputs without spending money. The answer was everywhere. Neighbors raked leaves to the curb every fall, and I collected them by the bagful. Coffee shops threw away grounds by the bucket, and they were happy to let me take them. Grass clippings appeared on sidewalks every week during summer. Cardboard boxes arrived at my door with every delivery. All of these materials were free, and all of them could be transformed into the rich growing medium my plants needed. I layered these materials directly onto my clay soil without any digging or tilling. Cardboard went down first to smother existing weeds and grass. On top of that, I piled leaves, grass clippings, coffee grounds, and kitchen scraps. I added more layers throughout the season as materials became available. The pile decomposed over time, and the organisms that did the work also improved the soil beneath. Within a few months, I had planting beds that looked nothing like the hard clay I started with. The transformation cost me nothing but time and attention. Water was the next consideration. Municipal water has a cost, and I wanted to minimize my dependence on it. I started collecting rainwater using containers I found for free. Old buckets with cracks that people were discarding worked perfectly for catching water from my roof. Larger containers that once held food or other products became rain barrels positioned beneath my downspouts. During wet periods, I collected far more water than I needed, and during dry spells, I had reserves to draw from. The system was simple, and it turned precipitation into irrigation without any expense. For tools, I looked at what I already owned and what I could make from available materials. A kitchen fork worked for loosening soil around seedlings. A broken broom handle became a dibber for making planting holes. Sticks from my yard served as plant stakes. Old containers became pots for starting seeds indoors. I realized that the gardening industry had convinced me I needed specialized equipment, when in fact, the work itself required almost nothing. Plants do not care what tools you use to tend them. They only care about having their basic needs met, and those needs are remarkably simple. The planting strategy I developed focused on crops that would give my family the most food value for the least effort. Salad greens top the list because they are expensive to buy, fast to grow, and something we eat every day. A single bed of lettuce, spinach, and arugula planted in succession provided fresh salads for months without any store purchases. The seeds from these plants were easy to save. which meant I never had to buy them again after the first generation. Tomatoes became my second priority because of how much we use them and how productive each plant can be. A single healthy tomato plant can produce 20 pounds of fruit or more over a season. I grew them vertically, using stakes made from branches to maximize space. I saved seeds from the best fruits each year, and over time, developed plants that were perfectly adapted to my specific conditions. The tomatoes I grow now are more flavorful than anything available at a store, and they cost me nothing. Beans and peas provided protein and improved my soil at the same time. These legumes fix nitrogen from the air and deposit it in the ground, making nutrients available for future crops. I grew them on simple trellises made from sticks and twine. The harvest was abundant, and what we could not eat fresh, I dried for storage. Dried beans keep for years, and they became a staple food that I no longer needed to purchase. Squash and zucchini rounded out the staple crops because of their incredible productivity. A few plants can produce more than a family can eat, and the excess stores well or can be shared with neighbors. I let some fruits mature fully on the vine and saved their seeds for following years. The plants grew vigorously in my compost-enriched soil and required almost no attention once established. Herbs transformed our cooking while eliminating another category of grocery expense. Fresh herbs at the store cost several dollars for a small package that wilts within days. A single basil plant produces more leaves than you could buy in a year of those packages, and it keeps producing all season long. I grew basil, parsley, cilantro, mint, rosemary, and thyme in containers and in the ground. The flavor they added to our meals was incomparably better than dried herbs from a jar, and the cost was zero. Perennial plants became the backbone of long-term production. Unlike annual vegetables that need replanting each year, perennials come back on their own and produce food indefinitely. I planted berry bushes along my fence line, and within 2 years they were yielding fruit. I added asparagus, which takes a few years to establish, but then produces for 2 decades or more. Fruit trees were a longer-term investment, but even small ones started producing within a few years of planting. Every perennial I added was one less thing I would ever need to buy again. The preservation of surplus became essential for extending the value of my garden through the year. During peak harvest, I had far more fresh produce than my family could eat. Instead of letting it waste, I learned to preserve it using methods that required no special equipment. I dried herbs by hanging them in bunches. I froze tomatoes whole and used them in cooking throughout winter. I fermented vegetables into pickles and sauerkraut that kept for months in jars. I dried beans and stored them in containers. Every pound of food I preserved was a pound I did not need to buy during the off-season. The system compounds over time in ways that are hard to appreciate until you experience them. The soil I built in year 1 is better in year 2 because I keep adding organic matter. The seeds I save adapt to my conditions and perform better each generation. The perennials grow larger and more productive as they mature. My knowledge increases with every season as I learn what works and what does not. After several years of development, my garden produces more food with less work than I ever imagined possible when I started. The financial impact on my family has been substantial. We used to spend over $400 per month on groceries, and much of that went to fresh produce. Today, our grocery bill is under $100 because most of our vegetables and herbs come from the backyard. The savings add up to thousands of dollars per year, and that money now goes toward other priorities. But the benefits go beyond finances. The food we eat is fresher and more nutritious than anything we could buy. I harvest vegetables within hours of eating them, which means the nutrients are at their peak. There are no preservatives, no waxes, no unknown chemicals applied during shipping and storage. My children know where their food comes from because they help grow it. They eat vegetables willingly because they taste good and because they have a connection to the plants that produce them. These benefits cannot be measured in dollars, but they are real and they matter to our family. If you are tired of watching your grocery budget drain your bank account every month, I want you to know that another way exists. You do not need money to start growing food. You need seeds, and you can save them from food you already buy. You need soil, and you can build it from materials other people throw away. You need water, and it falls from the sky for free. Everything else is knowledge, and that is what I am sharing with you now. Start this season with whatever you have and watch your grocery dependence begin to fade. The freedom that comes from producing your own food is unlike anything else, and once you taste it, you will never want to go back to the old way of living. Every harvest reminds you that self-sufficiency is possible, and every meal from your garden strengthens your confidence that you can provide for your family no matter what happens in the world around you. This journey transformed my life, and it can transform yours too, if you simply take the first step and trust that the process will unfold exactly as it should. The garden is waiting for you, and so is the abundance that comes with growing your own food from nothing but free resources and dedication.